course. So, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I love this hydrangea.
You know, your Uncle Eric sent me a text the other day of all of these growing in your trial nurseries. They are stunning.
It's not our trial nursery. That's our shipping facility. Those are the plants that we're actually shipping out right now.
Right. You know what, you're right. This is what I was seeing.
This is what we're shipping out right now. He told me about 90% of the plants that we're shipping out right now look exactly like that. They have flowers on them. They're the most elegant, beautiful pink lace cap flowers you've ever seen on any hydrangea. These game changer hydrangeas are unlike any other hydrangea that you have in the garden.
Game changer. Why that name? Like, what is the game changer?
The game changer aspect is that this is the world's first ever day neutral hydrangea. So what does that mean? That means most hydrangea, they need long summer days before they start to produce their flowers. But because these are day neutral, they don't need those long summer days to initiate the flower formation. So they're actually going to bloom much earlier in the season than other hydrangea. But what makes it even better, Sandra, is that yes, you're going to get your flowers earlier, but they're also continual rebloomers.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to bloom non-stop from the middle of the spring all the way till your autumn, and they're going to do that every single year.
So I love that because there's certain plants that, you know, they look great for a couple of weeks, or even some rebloomers you maybe get a little bit now and then sporadic in the fall or something. This idea of having a backdrop of beautiful blooming color all summer long.
Exactly.
It really pulls your garden together.
Truly, and what is great about these hydrangea, which is different than other hydrangeas, a lot of hydrangeas, they kind of have an upright growth habit. Yeah. But as you can notice, this has more of kind of a billowy spreading habit. It gets about 3 feet wide and about 2 feet tall.
Oh, so they're not really super tall.
No, it gets a little bit tall, a little bit wider than it gets tall. So that's an awesome option for the front of your garden beds, along your foundation garden. A lot of us will put like green shrubbery right by our home. This would be perfect to put in front of those, or even under the shade of your trees, because this is a shade-loving hydrangea that's going to bring beautiful pink flowers to our shadier areas around the garden.
I love this idea of, you know, I think a lot of people think, oh, hydrangea, you see hydrangea and you're like, I don't have any more room for that. Like, I just don't have the space. But only 2 foot tall. I mean, my goodness, we have, you know, daisies that are 2 feet tall.
Exactly.
Like really, it's not going to be so tall. You could actually put this in front of your bigger hydrangeas,
and that's
or butterfly bushes, or anything that you just want to get more color a little lower.
And these are the most reliable blooming hydrangeas. So if your hydrangeas, you know, maybe haven't bloomed for you for a couple of years, consider just getting rid of it. Life is too short to grow a hydrangea that doesn't flower for you. Replace it with these. They're called the game changer because they will reliably bloom for you year in and year out. They're winter hardy down to zones 5, and they can grow from zones 5 to zones 9. So that is the bulk majority of the United States.
Now, what are the colors going to sort of range in pinks depending on soil acidity? I'm noticing some more.
And they will also range as according to when they've opened up.
Oh,
so
that's probably what I'm seeing.
When the flowers open up, they're a little bit softer, and then as they mature, they get a little bit richer in color. So there's going to be that variation from one flower to the next and throughout the season.
Oh, that's so pretty. So it almost looks like a bouquet of different pinks throughout the season. That's so cool. So this is a really nice price point. I think anyone who understands gardening knows that. So this should be $37. We're sending this out to you in a big, what is this, a 1 gallon pot,
right?
This
is a huge 1 gallon pot.
Yeah, so 1 gallon under $30 on Easy Pay, under 10, and we even ship it for free.
And I always love how you stress how important it is to note that shipping for free, it's huge.
Oh, now, you know what? It is huge. Just a few days ago, I was putting some fall bulbs in my cart from another site, and it was like $17, $16.99 to ship. I'm like, oh.
For bulbs, which are lightweight.
Bulbs for the fall.
This is a hefty plant. Now, I love this look along the walkway because consider at this value, get 5 or 6 of them. Plant them as a flowering hedge. This can really transform some of those areas of your garden really easily, particularly because, like you were saying, we're shipping this large 1 gallon pot, not this tiny little guy that you'd find somewhere else. This is a hefty, heavy duty plant. They're going to flower for you from the first season because, as you can see, they're already in bloom in our greenhouses.
Because they're not baby plants.
They're
I mean,
not.
they've actually grown, it looks like at least a year or so in your greenhouse.
They have been.
So, question for you. So I can see here how great they look, more than one. Anything I need to do to really make sure I'm successful with them once I get them home?
Absolutely. The best recommendation is you want to ensure that they're getting the nutrients that they require. I like to use the time release fertilizer when I plant them. And I'll show you that in a minute. But also keep them hydrated. Give them a place that doesn't get afternoon sun, so you can plant them under the shade of your large canopy trees at the north side of your home, maybe in the shade of your home. Areas where it can be challenging to get color.
That's right.
Grow these game changers because their elegance is unparalleled.
Yeah.
Flowers like this, like you've never seen before.
I'm always looking for color in shadier areas, because I do have a lot of trees in my yard, and some of the things I'm attracted to the most are full sun. Right?
Exactly.
So
that's how most of us are.
Yeah. So it's nice to have something where I can have nonstop, continuous color, not just a hosta that sort of blooms whatever, or a lot of shady plants bloom in the spring. And I'm thinking about there's just so many of them that will bloom in the spring and then kind of taper off. But this is going to give you continuous color. So a 1 gallon. This
huge.
is a big container we're shipping for free, and these are what you're going to receive.
Exactly, and you want to know how I'm actually growing them at my home? I have about 5 of them at my home. I have 2 of them in front of a cherry laurel by my front door.
Oh, pretty.
And then I have this large dawn redwood. It's this conifer. And at the base of that tree, I have 3 planted in the front of it, and they just kind of create this wonderful arc. When it comes to hydrangeas,
a good idea.
Yeah, these ones grow so beautifully into one another. So if you can get a few of them, they'll just create this wonderful setting in your garden.
Can I grow them in a container, since they don't get too tall?
Yeah, we have one growing here. This is our 15-inch party pot. That's a perfect size container. And I do always want to remind you guys, everything comes with our growing guide, which are full instructions. Like we were saying earlier. You actually
write that.
I'm a certified horticulturist. I know what you need to know in order to grow them successfully. And I put all of that in here. Stuff that you're not going to get from your local nursery or your box stores when you're out trying to figure out what to plant.
It really is the QVC difference. You actually know the guy now who wrote the guide. You know what I mean? It's a very personal gardening experience when you garden with us. All right, and here's your warranty.
Yeah, Sandra, we've been here 27 years. We want to make sure you're happy. We're going to assure your satisfaction for perennials for 1 year and annuals and tropicals for 90 days from the time of shipment. So if for any reason your results don't match your expectations, just give us a call.
Thanks so much. I'll see you a little bit later, Devin. And if you